Hey guys, so I'm doing two different recordings here at the same time, so if I'm glancing down, that's why. But if you don't know who I am, I'm Ginny with learnwithginny.com, and I do see that on my live recording that my connection is weak, but you can still chime in and say hi. I will see you, and hopefully you can hear me. Let me know that you can. I want to talk about being brave and answering the question, why am I here? It's going to take me a minute here because this is a little bit different than what I've done before. And yeah, I'm being very brave. I'm doing this isn't my first Facebook Live, and this isn't my first video, but it is one where I'm being a little bit more, putting it out there, about who I am, and it's a little bit scarier. So anyway, bear with me and chime in when you pop in. This past weekend, I went to an event. It was a Ray Higdon event, and it was, personal branding boot camp. And I learned a ton, and I'm anxious to share that all with you because there's just a lot that you can do and put it out there. But being brave was really a giant thing in this particular instance. I've gone places before. I've gone to events before, but never by myself going somewhere, over 1,500 miles away from my home where nobody I knew would be. And, I've gone to other events before, like I said, but in this particular instance, I didn't have any kind of lifeline, I want to say. Because at the last one, I met people. I had a group of people that I knew, granted they were on the internet, but I knew them, and I met up with them. But at this one, I knew no one. So it was very scary. It was even scary when I clicked the buy button. Does anybody can relate to that? I mean, even that, okay? So I got a few notes here from my notebook that I actually typed out so that I could read them because, anyway. So why be brave? Why be brave, and why teach your kids to be brave? I mean, we could stay in our little bubbles and, never make friends. You want your kids to make friends, right? You want them to step out into the world, be themselves, make an impact. In my email, if any of you got my email to invite you here, go ahead and let me know. I said, why am I here? And I'm going to answer that question at the end. But it was a major question at the beginning. So the little things that I did to be brave, I'm just going to use them as examples so that you can share with me some of the things that you've done, that you feel that you've done. Because, that's another thing that I really, learned is you have to celebrate what you've done, and you really have to recognize, how the steps you're taking already, and celebrate them, because every little step is, something that's going to make you better and help you make a bigger impact. So some of the examples I did on my blog post, you can go over there. I put the link in there. You want your kids to make new friends. You want your kids to ride a bike. You want your kids to step up and order their own food at the restaurant. Just little things, right? You want them to be brave. And you have to be brave too. You have to be an example, because they're not going to if they don't see you being brave. So I came home and I told my kids, the stuff I did, and they were just like, Mom, you're so brave. Yes, I am brave. I went 1,500 miles away on an airplane to a place where I knew no one, I made lots of new friends. I tried different foods. People don't even do that. Okay? Step out. I tried some new foods and I really loved it, by the way. I also made some new friends. And this was kind of a big one. I reached out to a leader in our community at Elite Marketing Pro, and she invited me to lunch. So I got to go to lunch with her and ask questions. If you get to talk to somebody one-on-one, that's just fantastic. Now, at this event too, Ray's on the stage, right, with other trainers, and when he asks you to come up and ask questions, he's got 2 giant screens, like giant TV, so it's like major, like like celebrity kind of thing, right? This like TV, and the lights are shining, and there's a microphone next to the stage, and he asks people who want to ask questions to come up to the microphone and ask a question. I was shaking. I went up there and I asked 4 questions, and he let me. That's the cool thing. He let me ask all my questions. And I know, there were lots of other people that wanted to ask questions. But how could I go there and not take advantage of the extra time to ask questions? Do you want to know the answers to the questions? Let me know, because I will do a webinar or something if you want to know. I have a notebook full of information. I will share everything with you. You got to raise your hand, though. I'm not just going to put it out there. That's too easy. I want you to come, and I want you to interact with me, and I will teach you exactly what I learned there. If you want to know all the gold nuggets, there was a lot of mindset stuff, which is what I'm talking about right now. There was a lot of internet marketing stuff too, which I really digged, right? Ben Settle was there. I had a beer with Ben Settle and got to talk to him, and there was a social media expert that happened to be with him also. This is all because I got brave enough to leave my hotel room and go downstairs and have a beer the last night I was there. How cool is that, right? So I got lots of extra stuff. Did I get them all? I'm just going to look at my notes real quick. Yeah, back to that question, because you wanted to know, why am I here? I want to make an impact. I want you to make an impact. A life without a mission, there's something inside me that says I have to get out there and I have to make an impact, and I have to help you get out there too. So I'm asking you to come on my journey and learn with me. That's why my whole theme is called Learn with Ginny, because learn with me, teach your kids, come with me. At the end of videos and blog posts and anything else that they tell you to put out there in social media and in internet marketing, they tell you to put a call to action. CTA is the acronym that all the geeks use. So when you see that, that's what that means. And I'm a geek too. So if I geek you out and say too many geeky things, just say, hey, Ginny, I don't know what a CTA is. What are you talking about? So call to action. I am going to ask you, where did I put it? Oh, I'm changing that to call to aspire. To be you. Be authentic. Be you. Because there are people out there that can only relate to you. I hope that helps. That's my call to action. Call to aspire to your inner greatness, because you have what's in you already to do great things. Promise. Everybody does. Anyway, I hope you learned something. Make sure you comment and let me know. And tell me some things that you have overcome, some fears maybe that you've overcome. I'd like to hear it, because I want to know that other people are out there stepping up, and I want to know what kinds of things you've overcome. Go to my blog post to see, it all laid out if you want to read it. If watching the video takes too long, whatever. And I'm babbling now. Have a wonderful day.